Hey there, welcome to day 7 of our Get Up and Go Challenge number 7, April 2021. This is our 7th 30-plus day challenge to get up and go, to know what to do during this crazy coronavirus time, what to do no matter what's going on around us. We want to make sure that we are suited and prepared to do whatever is the best thing for us at any given time. So today we're going to talk about another subject that I love, and that is of our core, your core values. I have my core values. You have your core values. Core values are our fundamental beliefs. They're the things that we hold very dear and near to our heart, the things that are most important to us. They are our guiding principles. They dictate our behavior. They help us know the difference between right and wrong. They help us draw that line in the sand that help us make choices and decisions and say, yes, I will do this. No, I will not do that. And it has to do with any area or aspect of our life. There's lots of examples of them. If you don't know what a core value is, if you just Google it, you will get tons of information. I think I Googled it and I got 102 examples of core values. Any list of values or things that are important to us can be a source of information, a source of core values. If you want to figure out what your core values are, if you've never ever thought about what's important to you, this is a great exercise to get to know yourself better. Now, why do we want to do this? Because if we know what's important to us, it makes decision making really, really quick and easy moving forward. It helps us know, like I said, how to draw that line in the sand, how to know quickly and easily if something feels right for us or if something doesn't feel right for us. If it feels right for us, maybe move toward it. If it feels wrong for us, we move away from it. That's pretty simple. That's as simple as it gets. So core values, what are some examples of core values? And how do you figure out what your core values are? Well, one way to figure out is think about people that you admire. If you're not sure, think about people that you admire. What's important to them? What characteristics and qualities do they demonstrate that you're attracted to? What moves you? What gets your attention? What gets you excited or passionate about something? What are you passionate about? What are you excited about? What are you curious about? What do you feel most, and when do you feel most like yourself? When do you feel most like your very self? What are you doing? What are you saying? If you're not sure, ask other people. Chances are other people know what's important to you based on the way you talk, the way you act, the things that you're interested in, the things you have conversations with them about, etc. But really, we can just pretty easily figure out our own core values. Our assignment today is and usually I have you just come up with one core value. But if you start looking up core values and thinking about core values and going through all the lists of core values, I usually will get a list of like 30 out of 102 that I think are my core values. Well, I don't want to focus on 30 things. I want to boil it down. So in order to help me boil it down, I like to go back to our regular, what are the areas and aspects of my life? Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationships, contribution, and this time around, communication and confidence. And I like to pick a core value for each of these areas. And then I look for common themes and I say, okay, well, of all that, is there a common theme? And what is my overriding core value? And that's what we're going to share in the comments below. What is your overall number one theme or thing that you keep seeing as you do this exercise, as you pick and say, okay, well, what is my core value when it comes to physical well-being? And I'm going to cheat and look at my list because I already did this last night. And I say well-being, being well in all the physical areas and aspects of my life. That to me, well-being is a core value for me. I want to make sure I'm doing the things, and that's a good deciding factor, right? If I'm doing something that's for my well-being, am I going to eat a whole lot of things that aren't good for me? No, I'm going to say no more often than yes. If I am thinking about my well-being and that's my core value for my physical being, am I going to exercise when I don't feel like it sometimes? Yes. Things like that. So it helps me to decide and make decisions and guides my beliefs, my principles, everything with respect to that area and aspect of my life. So I did this. I actually went through and I said, okay, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationship, contribution, communication, and confidence. What is my core value with respect to that? And I'll share mine just so you have an idea. For mental, I put centering, obviously, since I'm doing a 365-day challenge, to do one thing every day that centers me. Being more centered, understanding my core, what makes me tick, is obviously important to me. So I put centering or continuous improvement. I am a huge fundamental believer in that we can always get better at anything and everything that we want to. And so continuous improvement is huge for me. With respect to emotional, I put experiences, and then I added gratitude, because we all have experiences, and I always want to look into any experience I have and be grateful for what at least it teaches me, a lesson learned. For spiritual, I put be me, and then I also wrote all one, and that we're all connected, because I believe that as human beings and a human race, we are all spiritually connected to one another. But I am a huge believer in the importance of being ourselves, being who we really are. For financial, I put abundance. Abundance is a core value of mine. For relationships, I put love, myself and others, because love is definitely a core value of mine. For contribution, I put give value, give value, giving, give value. I guess giving could be one. For communication, I put listen, understand, and clarify, because that's one of the areas in my life that I want to see a massive improvement in. And for confidence, I put confidant, meaning I want to be my own cheerleader instead of my own worst enemy. So I called it confidant. I couldn't think of another thing. So if you got an idea for me on that, I would appreciate it. But that one hit home to me. And my overall core value is, I didn't write this down yet, but if I think about it, it always goes back to being yourself and love. So maybe loving yourself or self-love would be my overarching core value, but really it's love myself and other people is the foundational thing that drives me in everything that I do. Every decision I make, everything I do, everything I think about boils down to wanting to feel more loved and wanting to love myself more and wanting to be able to be myself and be loved for absolutely positively being myself. So that's an example of me running through the core value exercise. So all we're going to do today, think about, and if you already know your core value, you don't have to go through all the different areas and aspects. But for me, when I look at a list of 100 or more things, I always think that I go through and I think, okay, what are all the ones that I resonate with? Well, I get like 30 or 35. It's way too many. Even 9 is a lot if I'm doing the 9 areas. I used to, up until this time, just do 7. And then I would look for the common themes and look for what's the overarching message that I'm giving myself from all those areas of my life. And then when I put that together, what does that mean? You know, continuous improvement fits into self-love and being a better version of myself. What am I becoming? Things like that. So I hope I explained that well enough. If I didn't and you have questions, ask in the comments below. There are also several other examples of core values and core value exercises and the whole topic of core values in the private group. In the private group, if you search in the search bar in the left-hand column, core values, you'll find them. December 7th, we did a big core value discussion. November 18th, the No Nonsense November, the 18th, we did a huge thing on core values. And then each time we've done the challenge, I've talked about core values at least once. So if you search core values, you'll get a whole bunch of possible ways to get more information about core values. Otherwise, I say we all have the ability to Google it. Look it up and see what resonates with you. All right, that's it. Have an awesome day. I will be with you tomorrow. Share that core value in the comments below, and we will keep hopping into our Get Up and Go challenge tomorrow. Take care.